If you were going to go and meet a Chinese family here in China, what kind of cultural differences might you find? So a few things kind of that I would kind of make sure you do before you go and meet them is when they invite you into the house, you should make sure you take your shoes off. They'll probably give you like some slippers or something to wear when you're in the house, because it's very bad manners to walk around their house with slippers on. Never sit on somebody's bed wearing clothes. That's another thing that kind of is considered very rude in China. Just because obviously in China, like, things aren't quite as clean outside as what maybe it is in the West, so they have more of a problem with people who sit on their beds and stuff like that. So as well, never call people who are older than you by their names. You should always use the Chinese for aunt or uncle. It's more respectful. So, you know, never ask what their names are. You know, just refer to them as aunt or uncle, and then you'll be fine. You know, just they're very family orientated people, so you've got to bear that in mind. Another thing is, if you're going to meet with a Chinese family, they don't really go and do things with each other. What they do is they'll invite you to their flat. You'll be in their flat for most of the day, and then they'll just constantly feed you and give you drinks. So you'll just be eating all day. For some reason, I don't understand why, but in China, families just kind of sit together and eat together, and that's what they'll do all day. So they kind of keep pushing you to eat more food, even if you don't feel like you want to eat anymore, which can be quite kind of difficult, because obviously in our culture, you know, you've always got to save yourself for the dinner, because, you know, you don't want to not finish all their food at dinner. If somebody invites you to their house, you know, you want to make sure that you can eat all their food. But, you know, what will happen is you'll go out for lunch, you'll have some lunch with them in a restaurant, then you'll go back to theirs, they'll get loads of snacks, so loads of fruits, loads of kind of Chinese snacks, and then you will sit there with them and eat it, and they'll also give you loads of tea as well. So they'll constantly make you Chinese tea and constantly give you food, and if you stop, they start asking, like, you know, you know, what's wrong, do you want more food? And they'll keep kind of putting pressure on you to eat more food. To be honest with you, I don't really know how to avoid this. It's just something you've got to accept and just try and keep eating. As well, if you're having drinks with them, so if you're in a restaurant and you're having some drinks with them, basically every time you pour a new drink, you have to say cheers in Chinese and toast everyone every time you make a drink. Whereas obviously in the West, you only toast at the beginning of the meal and that's it. But here it's every time they pour you a drink. As well, you're supposed to offer everybody food. So like, when the food comes, you have to hand out pieces of food to every person at the table before you eat yourself. That's like a manners thing, a politeness thing, which you've got to kind of take into account. As well, if you're a foreigner, I'd probably expect everyone to be talking about you as well, because you're probably the most exciting person that's ever came to have dinner with that Chinese family. So, you know, they will be very interested by you. So don't be surprised if the day consists around you. You know, they're very well mannered and very caring people. So sometimes if you're a foreigner, they can take that a bit too much into account. So for example, they might not eat the foods that they would normally eat because they think that you might not enjoy those foods. So that can kind of feel a bit uncomfortable sometimes, just because you know that they're trying to fit in around you, but you don't want them to fit in around you. You would rather fit around them. So that's always something you've got to take into account. When you're at a restaurant, you should really pay the bill. That's something that you've kind of got to take into account, but they will not let you pay the bill. So what you're supposed to do is you're both supposed to fight over who pays the bill. So what will happen is, say you'll go up to the cashier and you try and pay, then the person, a Chinese person who you're eating with, will come over and insist that they're paying. Don't let them pay, you pay, because they'll respect that. As well, if you go and meet a Chinese family, you're supposed to bring like red packets with a bit of money in. It's like a tradition, so you'll get like a little red envelope, you'll stuff a load of money in and then give it to the family that you go and visit. So if you're ever with a Chinese family, this video might come in handy for you. If you could please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. 离开之前，不愿爱的大。